Hello everybody, this is Jay Checkit with part 2 of Doki Literature Club. How is everyone? Hope you guys have a great weekend, or days, if it's been a couple days since this video has been posted. Gotta admit, it has been very cold out. In the last episode, or part 1, we just got into the literature club, being brought some cake, and at this moment we're about to talk with Natsuki. So let's get to it. Let's see, we have read this last time I think, but just in case. But not for you, you know, you dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? You know, if it's this classroom in general, I kind of wonder where they keep everything. It's hidden in this closet right here. Next to the... Actually, you know what? I'm not going to say that. I have a feeling I'm going to get into it later, but you know... Probably not. Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. They gave you permission to use the closet and whatever storage devices in this current classroom. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Depends on what kind of tea it is. I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not insulted. Yuri looks away. She doesn't look insulted, she looks more like, was it embarrassed? Look at that, she's even twirling her hair too. You know what, I think this whole series we're gonna go towards Yuri and see what happens. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. My pastime is mainly anime and manga, so I can relate, Mr. Suzu. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica, hopefully I'm saying this right, Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was forcibly dragged here against my will. Other than that, being bribed by cupcakes and tea. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by saying, "Ha! I just said this!" Minus the cupcakes. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. Nah. At least I don't think I am. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member of any major clubs. Weren't you leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, things happened. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Jeez, middle school life, so rough. At least I think that's middle school life. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like nothing's been... excuse me. I feels, oh jeez. It feels like nothing's but argument about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting out all the effort to starting something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. I can say the same, but again, it just depends on the title and what it's about. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like festival that much more important. I'm confident that we will all grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You knew it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees, but not all at once. Not all at once. It's too much pressure. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. They're all interested in something else, I have a feeling. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Not so much Sayori, I'm pretty sure. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. I can concur. So Susu, what kind of things do you like to read? Manga. He's hesitating because he's thinking the same thing. Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Oh, I gotta stop thinking out loud. I'm like pretty much predicting this whole script. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants something to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change, right? With the right book, and yeah, with the right book. Nothing else. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. That doesn't look sad. Okay, yeah, that kind of looks sad. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Lists like a whole bunch of like books filling up this whole paragraph. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds, like the one I'm reading. You know, besides the visual novel. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep physiological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you off the loop? I can say that for a lot of books that I've read previously. Not recently, but previously. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Touchy subject at the moment. I read horror books once in a while. By the way, if the way I read things kind of bothers you, just let me know. I do read things out of text and I add my own words to things. It's just how I like to read it to myself. Since especially that I'm not really used to reading out loud. So again, I do apologize, guys. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I literally just compared myself to a rock. Huh. Really, I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you can say that, but if a story makes me think or takes me another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Pretty sure she's into manga. If you're wondering how I know, I'm guessing by the way she puts her hair up. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki eyes dart over to me for a split second. Ha! She's into manga! Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. Or else. And give that back. Fine. And she still has the scrap of paper? Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Aww, this is so cute. Suri hopefully I'm saying that right, siddles behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Yeah, especially when you're making that face, you're not cute at all. Definitely not cute. Natsuki, write your own poems? Oh, sorry. Natsuki, you write your own poems? I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. You don't really share something you just written down, especially with a stranger you don't really know, unless you're that type of person that doesn't really care. Let's see. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. You don't know that. I might like a lot of stuff. Not very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. She could say it, but not dish it out. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We should all write poems and tell it to each other, while sipping tea and cupcakes. Marble cupcakes. Oh, right. We all sit in silence for a moment. We actually all did think about that. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and... I gotta stop doing that. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm just guessing these. I have not played this game whatsoever. This is taking me by surprise every time I read this. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little bit more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Susie? Yes. Thumbs up. Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back on the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Suri may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made up any decision. They're all gonna look at me with like the deepest, saddest face ever, and I wouldn't know how to react to that. I still have other clubs to look at, and Well, she's just angry, but the rest look concerned. I lose my train of thought. All 4 girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, aw, I'm sorry, I thought... She's just straight up angry. Susu, you all... I'm defenseless against these girls. They're pouting at you, in-game me. Step up! Step up your game! How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? This is if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Then you need to pay the price, sir. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. Since you've been forced to join the literature club. Not just because it's the name of the game, but it's just because you've been forced by 4 beautiful girls that stared you down and kind of backed you up into